WTL.
It's time!
WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
Jago.
There it is. That's the energy we were looking for. It does. It sounds better. It feels better. Coming off a Husker win.
Man, I love a win.
Oh yeah.
Give me 7 of them
In
this
the
year.
Rose Bowl.
Give me 7 of them at the Rose Bowl.
Let's bury the lead here. The story has to be Emmett Johnson.
Yes, the
Right?
animal. The animal. I call him the animal.
I call him the Heisman hopeful now. I'm going all in on this. I saw him at Pinnacle Bank Arena with the Heisman T-shirt on, kind of doing some self-promoting. Got in front of the cheerleaders there. You just hope that maybe 2 or 3 actual Heisman voters might have saw that.
Man, the turnaround on those shirts is pretty incredible.
It
too.
is.
Holy
It is.
cow.
Hey, shout out, We're Back. I think it's We're Back as the T-shirt company that he signed like an NIL deal with or something. Hey, make your money, right?
Make your money while you can.
But in all reality, he did have a stellar game. I did not know this. He is the first Husker running back ever to have 100 yards receiving and 100 yards rushing in a game.
Isn't that impressive with all the great running backs
Yeah,
school's had?
Amon Green, Amir Abdullah, Rex Burkhead seemed to have like just monster games where it didn't even like he was just doing everything. He was like taking snaps,
Yeah.
And it's Emmett Johnson.
Man, I would have thought even Marlon Lucky would have had something like that. He was a beast.
He had 1,700 all-purpose yards his junior year, and he probably should have went to the league. But still, yeah, Marlon Lucky, the 5-star out of Hollywood.
Yeah, man, I miss that guy.
I did too.
Call in, Marlon. If you're listening right now, call in.
I mean, a name like Lucky being on a sports betting show? Here we go.
It is meant to be. But man, Emmett Johnson,
Yeah.
what a day for him. And then a couple of games left, and the launch pad. We got the bye week, so we got the launch pad here for the Heisman.
Yes.
It's cool. It feels good.
Hey, I just saw on College Football Kings and their X account, he is on the Heisman watch list. He is number 8 heading into this bye week. So maybe maybe 7 through 1 might trip up a little bit. And he might actually move up this list during the off week. We've seen it before.
We've seen it before, and it's you're being very positive about that.
Yeah. If there's a betting line on anything that has to do with Emmett Johnson and the Heisman, here's where I'll go with it. The fan vote. I think Husker fans have bombarded that Heisman hopeful website or whatever it is now that they know that they can vote for their guy. And Coach Rule, I think he talked for like 7 minutes just reading off his stats at that last presser. It was kind of like a rallying call, like, all right, everybody, get to that website and vote. Vote as much as you can, however you can, with all your email accounts.
I didn't even know the vote thing, that was a thing.
That's a thing.
And I was just hearing about it today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so now what? Like, if you win the fan vote,
You get one vote.
you get, okay.
Now there's
You
like
get one
780 other votes or something like that.
vote. Sure.
But still, you got one vote.
But you got to vote. Every vote counts. Yeah.
You better believe it. So that's what I would put some money down on. He gets a vote. He gets one vote, and it's going to be due to Husker fans.
We need, honestly, we need to hear more from him. We need to see him on Coach Rule's podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
He really needs to be hitting the rounds this week.
Well, his name's getting brought up on podcasts. They're talking about him. That's half the battle, right? So there we go. Another guy that we have to talk about, TJ Lateef, almost a perfect game. I mean, at one point, wasn't he like 14 of 14 passing? All the rushing yards, just making correct decision after correct decision. And like I was kind of hoping for and thought would happen, I felt the offensive line elevated their game.
Yes.
Receivers were blocking downfield. I'd love to see that. And the Huskers sent out a tweet that NFL coaches, NFL scouts have been calling their receiving coaches about, hey, who are these guys blocking downfield? Isaiah Hunter, Dane Key. So people are noticing.
Yeah, I mean, it helped the team all around. It certainly looked like that TJ had some good direction of look 1-2 quick and make a decision.
Yeah.
That helps the line as well.
Mm-hmm.
And his elusiveness and being able to be so good, in the passing game, and then also on his feet.
Yeah.
That really opened it up for Emmett. So the offense looked different. It looked very efficient.
So that's where I wanted to go with you. What do you make of this? I don't know if it's doing his job anymore.
I've certainly heard a lot about it. To me, I mean, and it certainly seems like it's still Dylan's job, and we're going to go into next season. It's Dylan's job. There's a lot of factors that go into the fact that this is Dylan's job.
Still got 3 games.
If nothing else, this is probably like, are we losing our QB2? Because he looks really, really good. So.
Looks really, really good, and there's going to be some phone calls, some offers being thrown his way, and for good reason. But yeah, it's way too early for any of that. And we talked about this briefly on Nebraska Football Now earlier in the week, Jake Bartecki and I'm like, in my memory, this is when Nebraska was like at its pinnacle, at its best, when it was Tommy Frazier. Should Tommy Frazier start? Or should Brooke Behringer start?
Correct.
And everybody had a good argument. Everybody had an opinion on it. And even going into the Orange Bowl for the championship, you're like, whoa, who's coach going to start? Like, that's great. That's competition.
You wanted that depth.
Yeah.
And you only saw those guys because we were blowing somebody out and Tommy was on the sideline, slapping pads because they had just crushed someone. And then you saw QB2. And now this is a little different because of the injury. So we got a guy that this is his team.
Yeah.
But, to have that depth and
the competition. I love everybody being on edge, fighting for their job. Every series, you saw it even in that 94 championship game. Brooke Behringer had a bad series. He got his butt benched, and Tommy came in. Tommy throws the pick. He gets benched, it was wild.
Point. That's a good point. We haven't really heard a lot about that in the last few years about high-profile guys getting benched, maybe because of all the dollars, tied in now with NIL, but the competition, that's what feeds.
Exactly. I want that competition. Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yes.
I want my office looking like that, cubicle full of dogs. But you make the NIL point, and it's true. With all these dollars being thrown around, well, that could also go the other way. What if Latif is sitting there with let's say a $3 million deal, and you're the backup? You're the most popular guy on campus and town and every talk show. Man, we would have won that game if you were in.
Oh yeah.
And just not even have to lift a finger and just rake in $3 million.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal either. So what I'm getting at is that NIL could actually work to where you could build depth if you spend it right.
Well, and if you're hearing Coach Rule right this week, the NIL money, it's certainly there, and there's not going to be an issue moving forward for Nebraska. So I like the idea of paying a guy like that and having that
for sure
security. So
it counted for a win. That was a
we'll take
that was
a win.
Big. Hey, however you want to slice it, dice it, break it down. That is a Big Ten road win. I know they lost their coach and all this, but it was in Pasadena. It was at the Rose Bowl.
Yep.
The team was kind of on the uptick there, and they took care of business. And it was an impressive win. That quarterback that they have, Nico. He's pretty good on his legs, too.
Yeah, he is.
You knew he was going to get his. You knew he was going to make some plays, and he did. So I felt like that after Nebraska kind of put the game away, he got some junk yardage, got that late touchdown. And unfortunately, I think Husker fans got to expect that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this UCLA game, it's honestly made me think a lot about the end of the USC game. The what ifs, because it certainly looks like TJ was ready. I mean, I don't know what happened there in the play calling or whatever went into that, but we certainly were very conservative there in that USC game in the second half. But man, if we could have just had just a tad bit of that that we had in the UCLA game, who knows? 8 wins.
It's still out in front of us. We can still get to a better bowl game. I mean, if we close out this season beating Penn State, Iowa, and then going to a decent bowl, that's got to be a good season, right?
Oh, that's huge.
Real quick, here we got a little bit of time. I want to look at the Big Ten odds. You still got Ohio State just leading the way here at a minus 165, but Indiana is still, I have to be, right? Plus money, plus 150. Like any value there with Indiana? They kind of won a gritty game last week.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about them just outright winning the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
I like them over Ohio State, so I think I take that value.
See, I wanted to get that out of you. Okay,
yeah, no,
all right.
I think Indiana to me is the favorite to win the whole conference.
Wow.
And then depending on matchups, possibly a semifinal or final teams. But that just seems like a very well-coached football team that's very focused, that has a lot of talent on it.
And they can win a game when things don't go their way.
Yes, they do.
We're checking all these boxes where people just, they don't allow you to get yours or have your time in the sun until you do this or do that. Well, Indiana's slowly, checking all those boxes.
And that was one of those boxes we needed, and they certainly got it. And what a heck of a win that was, dude. That was a fun game.
National championship odds: Ohio State, Indiana 1-2, plus 200, plus 550. So that's how close they really are.
There you go.
A&M sitting there at third with plus 700. Are they even going to win the SEC?
I was about to ask you, are you a believer? Because I'm not. Yeah.
Come on, out of here with that.
That's wild.
It really is. This is the Big Ten's year.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty wild that, Michigan's not quite what they were. Wisconsin isn't what they were. Iowa's exactly what they've always have been.
They seem pretty content with that. Yeah.
We were beating Oregon right till the end there. How about those? Hey, that's pretty good, guys.
We got the almost. Michigan, they're sitting at 7-2. They feel like if they win out, they've got to run at this thing.
They're not having a bad season. Don't get me wrong. It's just the last couple of seasons where they're undefeated and they're maize and blue everywhere. It's just not that season. I'm just getting at that the Big Ten is kind of the cream of the crop right now.
100%.
In college football.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, that'll about do it for that segment. But we got to take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Stock and Rod Company, an outdoor lifestyle brand for those seeking adventure. Got deer season. We're getting right in the middle of deer season, so Stock and Rod's the place to be. Well, it's hunting, fishing, hiking. They got you covered. Visit stockandrod.com to get your wild game on. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
Nebraska Public Media Sports brings you live all-day coverage of the NSAA High School Football Championships on Monday, November 24th and Tuesday, November 25th. Watch all day, both days, on Nebraska Public Media, or live stream every game on Nebraska Public Media's YouTube channel.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. From the creator of Homeland, Claire Danes and Matthew Rhys star in the new Netflix series, The Beast in Me, as ruthless rivals whose shared darkness will set them on a collision course with fatal consequences. The Beast in Me is a riveting psychological cat and mouse story about guilt, justice, and doubt. You will not want to miss this. The Beast in Me is now playing only on Netflix.
WTL.
All he does is work out and hit winners. 10 and 2, 85% weekend. You're a mutant.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. from Nebraska. Hey, you're an old Millard South guy.
Oh, yeah.
That's all right.
Proud
Patriots. Got a big game coming up this weekend.
We got a big game Friday night.
A lot of big names.
Yes.
A lot of big names. Can't wait to see it. I'm going to be on hand for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Our quarterback, he's all time.
Oh, my God. His name is Jet. I remember when he was a sophomore, well, that's kind of unfair. The really fast guy is named Jet.
Jet.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
So
I love it. I you're lucky you get to call the game. But yeah, it's gonna be a big night for North South.
Yeah, I think so. And they took care of Westside early in the season, but how much stock do you put into that? It's hard to beat a team twice.
No,
stats kind of show that it actually isn't.
So to that point, I think coaching, it comes down to the coaching, right? If beating them twice is so difficult, that's because the coaching is so good. At this level, do you think that coaching makes that big of a difference, or is talent beat all?
Well, they have so much gosh darn talent.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I could roll out there and be like, give it to the fast guy. Or no, the fast guy, just keep it and run.
Keep it and run.
I'm taking away too much from the coaches, but they are loaded. Should be a lot of fun. Speaking of players, we got to get to one of our favorite segments. That is the NFL player props. Who to look out for, who to stay away from, fade, tail. And I know you got a winner for me. We've been picking these. We've been throwing out some picks.
I was literally about to say that. I was like, before we even give you these winners, just pat on our back because we've actually
I know
been doing pretty good.
I know it's like rated around 80%. It's been, and we're talking kickers.
And I hate to sound surprised, but we are just doing so well with this.
Hey, we got to take a bow every now and then. If you don't pat yourself on the back, who will?
Exactly.
You know? So,
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll start here with
go right ahead. Yeah.
And I'm begrudgingly coming around to this guy, to this team. So I'm putting it out there. Caleb Williams, longest completion over 36.5 yards. He's been hitting chunk plays all season long. I think last week he had a 58-yard touchdown. He has 5 completions on the season, over 40 yards. Minnesota Vikings, their secondary, a little leaky. 27th in the league, to be exact. And Caleb Williams is doing a heck of a job not taking sacks. He has improved so much. So the crazy next-gen stats are showing last year was getting like sacked 28% of the time on these hurries. Now he's only getting sacked like around 12%. Yeah. And he's getting the ball out. He's getting the ball downfield.
And I feel like week 1 when they played feels like forever ago. I mean, it literally feels like last season.
Yeah.
But I liked Caleb, the way he handled that Vikings defense, particularly obviously in that first half when they were taking it to him. But it certainly seemed like they had that figured out. Caleb, as the Bears have kind of turned their season around just a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly,
a couple games above 500 here.
They do look
give
like,
them their due. Give them their due.
They do look pretty good right now, and Caleb's play has been a big part of that. I don't know. I'm with you. I think this is a good opportunity.
He's always had the athleticism, and you saw his big arm in college at USC, but how is that going to translate to the league? And right now, it's looking like maybe he's figuring it out.
Yeah,
that's about as optimistic as a Bears fan will ever get. Right there, looks like he might be figuring it out.
And kudos to the Bears for allowing him to figure it out.
Hey, there's some truth to that too.
Yes. All right. How about noon kick? Texans at Titans. I love to say that Cam Ward's not going to throw a touchdown this week. He's averaging about half a touchdown per game.
Okay, that's less than one.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on the season. The Titans are coming off a bye. If you can get the under there, it's plus money, plus 135. The Texans are a team that's playing like their pants are on fire right now.
How about last week?
Correct.
My God.
This is a team that has started super slow, has started to turn around too. They're right there in the wild card mix.
Yep.
I love the idea of the Texans taking care of business there. Cam Ward continues to have his rookie struggles. Unfortunately, it just means he's not gonna reach the end zone.
Yeah.
But no, I'd certainly place a little wager on that one.
Little wager on that one?
Yeah.
I got an over. I got an over here. Tua Tagovailoa over a half an interception.
Okay.
He's throwing 13 interceptions in his last 10 games. That equals out to 1.3. I can do the math on that one.
Yeah.
That's over. That's like 1.5 more than I need. So, yeah, he's averaging about 1.8 picks per game. So he's averaging 2 picks over his last 5 starts. They got to go over to Madrid. This is the last over-the-pond game. Those always get goofy, weird, a lot of turnovers, things of that nature. And the Commanders, say what you want about them, but they have a decent defense.
They do.
And I don't know what's going on in Miami. Sometimes they just look like they're unbeatable. Other times it look like they didn't even want to go to the stadium. This is just an oddball game, and if Tua just does what he's been doing all season long, I'm going to get that over a half of an interception.
So I love that you brought up that they look unstoppable at times. They've been doing this thing where they look amazing.
Yeah.
And then they look like trash the next week.
Yeah.
And then they look amazing. And then they look like they're just so inconsistent. And you're hitting it right at the inconsistent week. So that actually makes a lot of sense for him to throw that interception. Huge upset over the Bills last week.
That's crazy.
And
like why?
Yeah.
Why?
And Coach McDaniels, he's driving around the neighborhood where there's Bills fans, like talking trash out of his car window. That's a real thing.
I know.
This Dolphins team's incredible this year. I can't say enough about him.
You might have to elevate him out of your bottom 5.
I know.
We'll get there.
But Tua throwing a pick, I could see that. I mean, the Commanders, their defense really is what's carrying them right now.
All right. I got you on board with that one. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
I've got the Packers at Giants. We got a noon kick. Here's a guy that I've been waiting to see play all season, Jameis Winston.
Oh, my God.
He's
You worked him into this?
He is the new starting quarterback for the New York Giants, okay? I love him to hit the over on 225 passing yards. Okay? In his career, he's averaging 230 per game. Okay? Here's the thing it made me really think.
Oh, boy.
Was that Green Bay's only averaging 197 passing yards given up.
Yeah, defense.
But here's the thing. Jameis Winston.
Jameis don't care.
He doesn't care at all. He's never been a rule follower. Okay?
Are you thinking about like seafood?
I was going to say, whether it's on the football field or in the grocery store, he's not a rule follower.
I knew you were going to work a grocery store reference into this one.
But I love Jameis Winston hitting the over on passing yards this week.
I think they're going to allow him to do it. What do they got to lose?
Exactly.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Go sling it. Sling it. Pretend you're Jackson Dart.
Let him roll.
Sling it. I want to go over here, but I'm not sure. I always like to kind of feel you out for one of these. I want to get your take on it. You're tuned in to the LA football scene.
Oh, yeah.
You pay a lot of attention to the quarterbacks. Now, I'm not talking about your quarterback here, but Matt Stafford. His rushing yards over-under is at 1.5 yards. Couldn't he do that on like one tush push? I mean, come on, man. Can't you get over 1.5 yards for me?
He could.
This isn't college. They don't count sacks against the rushing yards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, Matt.
Matt, he's got to get it. You're taking the over.
I want to. I don't know if I should. Like, there's a reason that line is set at 1.5.
It's 1.5 because he's old man Matt Stafford. That's what I call him. Tom Brady even said on last week's broadcast that some quarterbacks just don't know when to hang it up. And he laughed. He knew what he was doing there. But Matt Stafford's that guy. You would think, man, one tush push, one.
It's against Seattle's defense, though.
Oh, they've been great.
Yeah, it's against Seattle's defense. Like, there's a lot of factors here, and he's always his pressers. He's kind of like walking in there all beat up, like, and he looks like he's aching. I don't know. It's at 1.5 for a reason.
I mean,
I just don't know.
We're in the season that Joe Flacco ran in a touchdown.
That's true.
So I think Matt Stafford can get 2 yards rushing.
Okay. All right. Come on, Stafford.
Let's go, Stafford.
One more time. Bulldogs, Georgia. Let's do it.
All right. We have Monday Night Football, Cowboys, Raiders, Dak Prescott, okay?
Okay.
Over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Here's why. They're playing the Raiders. He's averaging 2 touchdowns per game this year. So that'll get you there. 3 out of the last 5 games, he's had multiple touchdown games.
Yeah.
And he's averaging over 2 touchdowns, just over 2 touchdowns per game in his Monday Night Football career. So he does love the primetime light.
He does, yes.
The Raiders haven't been good.
No.
And the Cowboys are coming off a bye. So I like them getting just a little healthier here and, airing it out a little bit.
Dak, for all the flack that Dak takes, he usually he puts up a lot of numbers, a lot of passing yards, a lot of touchdowns, and a lot of wins, too.
A lot of wins.
It's just that when the comeback always is, well, yeah, but how many games you win the playoffs? Well, not very many teams win a lot of games in the playoffs.
Think about the great players that Jerry Jones has traded away recently. Every time he goes back to, who do you want to build your franchise around? It's Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
he's putting it all around him.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
Another on the same game there, Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. The odds are getting pretty tough on that. But if you feel pretty good about it, and I think you should, I think Josh Jacobs could get that anytime touchdown for you.
Well, that's money.
Yeah, I mean, but it's tough to find an advantageous line because I mean, what else? What else are they going to do?
What else are they going to do? Yeah. I give you one more.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Packers Giants one more time. Jordan Love. So I said Jameis Winston's going to air it out. I think Jordan Love is going to. Over 229.5 passing yards. He's averaging almost 250 per game this week.
Yeah.
He's going up against the New York Giants with a fired coach. They've had a rough season. The way Jameis is going to be airing it out, I like Jordan Love to do the same.
Boy, and he looked mad. He looked mad coming off that loss, didn't he?
And he should.
Yeah. So this is his get right game. He wants to smack that smile off of Jameis's face. Oh, here you go.
Here you go.
Here you go. Go do it. I like that. I'll go along with that, and I don't even like the Packers.
Nobody should like the Packers,
right? Cheeseheads.
Go Bolts.
Bolt up. Well, you heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the linemakers.com, where we don't chase the hype, we decode it, treating every wager like an investment. The linemakers.com. We make the line so you beat the book. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL.
I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. Indeed. And, Jeremy, nothing against you, but I think we should be joined by one more this segment.
Yeah.
Bring a guy in from Vegas, maybe.
Most people say three's a crowd, but not in this case.
This guy only gives us winners.
Yeah, I'll take winners.
And I also appreciate, Rod, we're going to get you on here. I appreciate how he's not afraid to say that either. He's going to go through, I think the last 2 or 3 weeks, we went 3-1 on his official picks on our show.
This hobby is 100% about what you've done, your picks, and the successes of them. And, he's got plenty.
Yep. So we got Rod on the line here. This is Rod Vermilio of the Global Sports Betting Network. Rod, take it away.
As always, thanks to Andy and the Where's the Line team for showcasing myself and Global Sports Bet Network Syndicate Trading Group. If you followed along this season on the ESPN radio show, you've been given plenty of free winners as we have gone 3-1 the last 3 out of 5 weeks, 2-1 the other week, and hope we keep the winners rolling in this week's segment as well. But if you want the best syndicate trades, go to thelinemakers.com, where Global Sports Bet Network is the official partner providing the best winning syndicate sports day trades all season long. Speaking of that, let's get into this week's action. Let's start in college football. Utah State at UNLV. Utah State comes into this game at 5-4 with UNLV supporting a 7-2 record. Line opened up at -4.5 for UNLV, and that line climbed to -6. Total opened at 69.5 and has gone up to 71.5. UNLV's defense ranks 131st in yards per game, while Utah State ranks just ahead of them at 121st. Thus, the total where it is. The books are expecting a shootout, and I agree, as the total should land in the high 60s to low 70s. I see UNLV winning a 38-31 type game. So the only play here is taking Utah State in a 7-point tease. You could tease those with Washington State at -1.5. Speaking of Washington State, let's jump over to Louisiana Tech at Washington State. Louisiana Tech comes in at 5-4. Washington State at 4-5. This line opened up at -6.5 and has climbed to -7.5. The total sits at 44.5. Let's talk about Washington State, as they are 3-1 at home, while Louisiana Tech is 1-3 on the road. And we saw this line open, climbing to the -7.5. Sharp money came in on Washington State at that soft line at -6.5, driving it up to the 7.5 where it sits. Washington State is coming off a 10-7 loss to Oregon, while Louisiana Tech is coming off a 25-24 loss to Delaware. Washington State, as we said, should win this game. It should be a close game, 28-21 or 27-21. And I like the over the 44.5, as demonstrated by those two scores that we predict. As far as a side, that 7.5 is probably where the line should be. So I would tease this Washington State to -0.5 with Utah State, or just tease Washington State -0.5 with the total over 37.5 in this game. Let's jump over to NFL action, where we have LA Chargers at Jacksonville. The Chargers come into this game 7-3, and not only are they 7-3, but 3-0 in divisional play. The Chargers are coming off a 25-10 thumping of the Steelers, while Jacksonville lost last week's game against the Houston Texans. Jacksonville now sits at 5-4. The Chargers opened up at -1, and now I've got this up to 2.5 or 3, and it currently sits at -2.5 at Westgate. Jacksonville's gotten off to a good start for the season, but the wheels have been falling off lately, blowing a 29-10 lead going into the fourth quarter against the Texans. The Jags, like a lot of teams, are dealing with some injuries, especially on offense, but their defense hasn't looked good either. The Jags are up and down, mixing in a signature win here and there, one of those being at home against the Chiefs. Herbert and the Chargers' offense has looked really good lately, and their defense has also looked better of late. The Chargers are a true playoff contender, so take the Chargers minus the 2.5. Let's jump over to a game I'm sure all the listeners are eager to see. Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City comes into this contest at 5-4. Denver 8-2. The line opened at KC -2.5, grew to -4, currently sits at -3.5 at the Westgate. The total 45.5 has gone down to 44. KC comes into this week's game off a bye week, while the Broncos have won 7 in a row and are arguably the worst 8-2 team ever. The Chiefs with Mahomes and Reed are 9-3 when coming off a bye. Mahomes is 15-2 after coming off a loss. But Coach Sean Payton is 10-3 against Reed when coaching a team with a winning record. Denver's defense has been the biggest reason the Broncos are 8-2 and lead the NFL with 46 sacks, 14 ahead of any other team in the NFL. We see this as a really good game, and the Broncos should give Mahomes and the Chiefs big problems, causing Mahomes to get the ball out of his hands quickly. So look for Kelsey to have a good game, and KC is going to need to establish a running game in this one. I would take the 3 for the Chiefs, buy it down to -3, -2.5 if you can get it in a must-win game. KC looks to either push on that -3 or win that game against the spread. Again, we hope you enjoy this week's free NFL and college football trades, and you can get daily sports betting and sports day trades used by our professional syndicate, Sports Day Trading Group. Go to thelinemakers.com. We'll see you here next week.
You betcha. Thank you there, Rod. Okay, you had to like that, right? Right, Jeremy?
Yeah, go Bolts.
Bolts. And he's not teasing this. He's not teasing that. He's always has that teaser going.
He's all business.
Mitigating risk. But,
I love it.
Hey, yeah, he gave Jacksonville their due, but he's like, no, the Chargers are going to cover.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We've got a team that's really hitting on high gear right now, and I don't know that a lot of these guys have gotten that playoff game from a couple of years ago out of their heads with Jacksonville, where we were up 20-something to nothing at halftime.
Yeah,
and then losing that game. I just don't think that they've gotten that out of their heads. So I think there's a little bit of revenge factor. I love a good revenge game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That should count for like a home field counts for 3 points. The revenge factor gives you
6.
6? It moves the line. A touchdown. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Right. Okay. We'll leave that there. I did want to get your thoughts.
You were looking for a half point, weren't you? I know.
No, it's a touchdown. It's a score. I did want to get your thoughts on Kansas City, Denver. He just nonchalantly calls out Denver, and all of our Denver fans out there, this is the worst 8-2 team in league history.
Well, even their starting running back, J.K. Dobbins, is sitting there going, we're not doing our jobs. I mean, and it's like, okay, you're 8-2. Things are cruising. You're the tippy top of the AFC West.
They are 3.5-point dogs at home to Kansas City, and Kansas City's only one game above 500. There's so many things that don't make sense to this other than it's the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are not a playoff team right now if the playoffs started. So they've got some ground to make up. But you know what? They take care of the Broncos. That will go a long way. That
is part of it, too. This is a must-win. Like, Kansas City's already in playoff mode. It's now or never. It's kind of a must-win. It's a divisional game. And it's two great coaches. Should be a lot of fun out there in Denver, out in Mile High Empower Field. Empower at Mile High Stadium there in Denver. So, no, I wanted to get your thoughts on that Denver Kansas City game. I hate betting on road favorites, but it's the Chiefs.
Well, when you've got Bo Nix on the other side, it's probably a little easy to swing some points the Chiefs' way.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in him? I mean, you think that he's going to be there year 4, year 5?
Do I have to put a flag down right now?
No.
I mean, he looks the part. He acts the part. I don't know. Had a decent season last year, right? Now this year they're 8-2.
They're 8-2. The defense is really, really good.
I'll go Parcells on you. You are what your record says you are.
That's true. Well, at the end of the day, it's what you do in the playoffs that pays the bills. And, I guess we're going to see.
Yeah.
I mean, they
we are going to see.
Look like a playoff team right now.
We shall. I think we'll see a lot this weekend. 3:25 on CBS. That is must-see TV. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great. And England okay and France terrible.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. And this is the J.O. special coming your way. The institution that is the bottom 5.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, unless you fall into the bottom 5, and then it's a little motivating.
And it's kind of like one of those deals where you got to earn your stripes a little bit. The Bears were there, and hey, now we're we got the message, got out of the bottom 5. Well, maybe I guess I'll wait and see your rankings, but we are a couple games above 500. And I even took Caleb Williams on a prop this week.
Safely say the Chicago Bears have found their way out of the bottom 5.
All right.
I think you should also be very excited to know that for this week and possibly this week only.
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins, who have lived in the bottom 5, have found their way out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, they did have a stellar game against the Buffalo Bills. What's going on there?
Two key things here. One, you smoked the Buffalo Bills. I mean, in all areas of the game, you made Josh Allen look ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, Mike McDaniels rolling in the neighborhood, talking trash to Bills fans. Vibes are high. He's even joking about it in the press conference, saying that it's AI. I mean, there's pictures of you out there. I mean, everybody knows.
He's like he didn't get a dented trash can thrown across his hood.
I love everything about that. He knows the score. He knows he's out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And he's just living his best life. Why not?
Yeah, go for it.
I love the Dolphins getting out of the bottom 5 because of that. So congratulations,
Little golf
guys.
clap there for the Dolphins. Way to go, Miami.
Well, this week at number 5, we found a returning to the bottom 5, the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big loss, 27-19 to the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the thing. You're at home. You're going to handle losses at home, from time to time. 8 false starts at home is pretty ridiculous, especially when you're the Minnesota Vikings. You have home field. I mean, it's a legit home field advantage in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
It's a very loud, it's very purple.
Skull.
Yes. It's quite the experience. And 8 false starts didn't look good. J.J. McCarthy fell back to earth, 20 for 42, 248, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Currently sitting in last place in the NFC North.
Yeah.
Keeping the seat.
Who saw that?
Yeah. I mean, just that wasn't on the Vikings' radar this season. And now they're going to be playing a team that is tied for first in the NFC North. The Chicago Bears. Who would have seen that?
The NFC North just has teams shuffling in and out of the bottom 5. I love it.
But they are playing the Chicago Bears. I personally like the Vikings here as my best bet, -3.
Yeah.
The Bears 5-4 against the spread on the season, but 0-2 in division games.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm looking at and saying, all right, well, maybe the Vikes take care of business there. They've already taken care of business once this season against them.
I know their offense is inconsistent, and they've been putting quarterbacks in and out of that lineup, but their defense is above Chicago's. It really is. And for that alone, and their offense can be way better than Chicago's. We've seen that too. So this does feel like a spot where Minnesota might get it back.
Should be a fun game though.
Yep.
Either way, and a lot on the line for Chicago. So that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 4, Cincinnati Bengals returning to the bottom 5.
Yep.
3-6. They've lost their last 2 games, 2 devastating shootouts, and then went right into the bye week to think about it. Joe Flacco, the AC joint injury. The question is, can he keep the seat warm enough with a couple more wins before Joe Burrow comes back? He's back.
He came back. He came back.
Yep.
So there is a lot of optimism, high spirits in Cincinnati.
And at 3-6, can you come? I mean, is the division still possible? Probably not.
I got to call on Joe one more time. Come on, Joe.
But we've got a rivalry game at noon on Sunday with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They hate each other.
Oh yeah.
But it's their next 4 games that I think are causing for alarm if they can't get to Joe Burrow. We've got the Steelers this week, the New England Patriots, the Ravens, the Bills, and then the Ravens again.
Ooh.
That's a tough stretch. With that being said, the Bengals have hit the over 7 out of 9 times this season.
Yeah.
I like the over against the Steelers at 48.5, and that is with hoping Aaron Rodgers can participate in that.
There's a lot of reasons to like that over. These are 2 of the worst defenses in the league. Yeah. Steelers giving up 376 yards per game. Bengals leading the way, giving up the most yards per game at 427 yards per game. So that's why they're in shootouts. They have to. They have no defense. Joe, you got to come back and you got to, well, they're both Joes, right?
They're both Joes.
Joe, whoever we're talking about, you're going to have to give me about 400 yards and three touchdowns, 3 tutties.
Maybe we'll get some action out of Joe Flacco's legs, too. And that'll really spice it up.
Yeah.
Number 3, the New York Jets at 2-7. They had a good win over the Browns, giving them a 2-game win streak. But every win is worsening the draft stock, which
even when they win, it hurts them.
Which definitely has disappointed some Jets fans.
Yeah.
As they, especially when you're in this position early and often, you want that high draft pick. So it has caused some frustration with Jets fans. They do have a tough 2-game stretch here at Pats and then at Ravens.
This is where Justin Fields is like, I hate this. Can I just go back to college? I mean, my home fans hate me when we're losing. They hate me when we're winning. What can I do?
Imagine
my owner hates me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Imagine being at home and coming back and winning a game, and you're the big reason for it, and they hate you for it. Like, it's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, he had that one win in Chicago where we beat the 49ers week 1, and we all celebrated him, and it was a rain out type of a game, and I felt good for the guy, but I'm like, just enjoy this now because that's about as good as it's going to get.
It's as good as it gets, yeah. Well, the Jets have surprisingly been clutch hitting the over. They've gotten it 6 out of 9 times this season. They have the Patriots. I like the over 43 points there.
Another over.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
all right.
Some points this week.
I mean, Patriots have been scoring at a much higher clip than what anyone could have expected.
What people are saying Drake May's going to be the MVP?
He's at the top of the list right now for I saw one of the lists where he had the best odds for ESPN for MVP.
All right, imagine this. Imagine a quarterback that has better stats, that's leading a team to a 7-3 record with no O-line. No O-line.
Hey, the Huskers are better than that.
No, I'm talking about Justin Herbert.
I know. I sent you that Pat McAfee if you listen to his show. Yeah. Man, he didn't hold back.
No, every O-lineman, the lowest of the low. Anyway.
If you ever go to that website, PFF, Player Football Focus, and they give everybody a ranking and a grade, it was kind of, I think that's why I got on the show. It was a little shocking that like 3 of the 4 top worst offensive linemen that graded out were all Chargers.
They were all Chargers.
Ouch.
You got Herbert just running for his life.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Number 2, Tennessee Titans, 1-8, coming in off the bye here. How often do you see this? That you're the home team and you're a 6.5 point underdog in the NFL.
Not very often.
You don't see that very often.
Not very often.
We've got the Tennessee Titans really hanging that one on. 4 straight losses coming out of the bye. Mike McCoy still the interim head coach. You probably could have fired him at the bye. But here's what they're doing that the Jets aren't doing. They're trying to lose.
Yeah.
So they're at least helping.
They figured it out.
They got it figured out. Yeah.
They got their rush defense just taking plays off. They're giving up 142 yards per game, one of the worst in the league. So, I mean, that could work against an over bet, though. And it's just like, do you want to just run the ball and get the game over with? We're letting you. We have one of the worst run defenses in the league.
Yep. And here's the thing. My best bet this week, first Houston, I like this parlay of Houston money line and the under, like you just said.
There we go.
At 38 points plus 138, good value there, and I could totally see it hitting the under on this
I like
one.
that under. I think it's going to be a quick game. Houston's kind of finding themselves, and they want to run the football, and they're going to be able to run the football.
Absolutely. Well, number one, this is the worst team in the NFL, the bottom of the bottom five, the New York Giants at 2-8. They got Scatterbo out, star running back.
Yeah.
You got Jackson Dart out, star quarterback. The head coach has been fired now. Things are looking bad. I mean, they even handed a 10-point lead to Russell Wilson, and he couldn't get a win.
Did you know that coach, Sable, was that the Giants coach? He won a playoff game.
He did.
I thought he was going to get fired that year. And that year he even won a playoff game.
He very well would have been fired had he not won that playoff game. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, things aren't looking good for the Giants on any front.
Things aren't looking good. 10-point lead to Russ Wilson. It shoved Russ Wilson off to Cameo. And now Jameis Winston is your starting quarterback, which I'm kind of excited about.
Should be fun.
My best bet here is the Giants over against the Packers, 43.5. I think Giants and Packers are going to have themselves a shootout.
That'll be fun.
This game's
just let Jameis Winston do it. There's a very clear path to that.
There is.
Yeah.
You could totally see it. I also could see this thing going 13-10 Packers. But
there's been a lot of NFL games doing that in prime time.
In prime time, yeah. It's disappointing.
I don't think Jameis is going to put up with that, right?
No, he's a showman.
Packers are looking to get back. The Giants they are so much more fun the way they lose. You know, let's roll out Jackson Dart. He's going to be dancing, and Scatterbo is going to run over some guys. He's going to truck some dudes before his leg gets bent backwards. You know,
they're going to headbutt each other afterwards.
There's some good entertainment there, and you kind of breezed over it. But I want to make mention of it. Russell Wilson going to Cameo. You don't know what that's about. That can be a lot of fun. And after watching some of his previous Subway commercials, Subway sandwiches, I think you might be looking at Cameo Gold there with Russell Wilson.
He's not a good actor.
He's dangerous. Dangerous.
He's Mr. Unlimited, you know.
Poor guy.
He won a Super Bowl.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Well, that'll about do it for us.
That's our bottom five.
That's our bottom five. I love it. And then, we ended with a Russell Wilson shout out.
Shout out Cameo. Shout out Russell Wilson.
Go Giants. Go Jameis. Why not? Famous Jameis. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and our short videos on game day for the latest edge possible. Maybe give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already done that. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, we're over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page with those short videos. We're over on X as well, podcast_WTL. Thanks to Rod Vermilio of the Global Sports Betting Network for joining us once again. He has been on fire the last 3-4 weeks. NFL, college, you name it. 3-1, 3-1, 2-1 on his syndicated free plays that he's been given to us and sharing with us over our program. For Jerry Odem, a.k.a. the J.O. I'm Andy Classen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.
Nebraska Public Media Sports brings you live all-day coverage of the NSAA High School Football Championships on Monday, November 24th and Tuesday, November 25th. Watch all day, both days, on Nebraska Public Media, or live stream every game on Nebraska Public Media's YouTube channel.